So we talked a little bit about some of the areas of interest to value investors in previous videos. In one we talked about asset value, and in a second we talked about cash flow value, and I expressed my preference for cash flow value. But there are other uh, elements to an investment thesis too that are important, and some of those are insider ownership or insider buying, because it's always encouraging when you see strong ownership stakes by the people that are closest to the company and that manage the business. Another thing is the debt on the balance sheet, and I've blogged before about the fact that sometimes there are qualitative features to debt that makes a larger amount of debt acceptable than one might otherwise want, depending upon who the provider of that debt is and what the terms of that debt are. So that's another balance sheet aspect on the other side of assets, debt. And it's always interesting to see a company that's fairly valued or undervalued based on current metrics and current business, but that also has something within its core competency that allows for a growthy aspect to the company as well. So some technology, for instance, some application that has grown out of their core competency that may allow for growth in future cash flows and new areas of business. So there's, in creating a thesis for an investment, there are a number of qualities to look at. Some of them are quantitative, some of them are qualitative. I would say that each investment thesis in our portfolios is different than another. Some are focused on cash flows, some are focused on asset values. In some cases, there is very significant insider ownership. Often there's insider buying. Sometimes the companies are of a nature that turn off certain investors. If their cash flows are cyclical, certain investors are uncomfortable with that. But bought at the right price, of course, those cash flow streams can be very, very lucrative. So there's a number of factors that go into making an investment thesis, in addition to the kind of primary things we covered before, which is an asset value and a free cash flow value.